What's up, everybody? I guess, I mean, you can definitely tell by looking at this that I got a lot of Grenco Science stuff sitting here. Basically, what had happened was I had ordered the Taylor Gang originally off a third-party website, and I got it, and everything went great. And I didn't have to deal with anybody over there or anything. I just ordered it, got it, and everything was great. Well, it wasn't too long after I'd gotten it that it basically just stopped working. Now, I was in the middle of using it, and it usually turned off, it seemed like about 10 seconds after you held the button down. You know, you got your 5 original pushes to start it up. And turn it off. So if you're pressing and holding, it's not going to work, right? So you give it 5 presses, and it gives you 3 blinks, and it's on and good to go. Now, when you press the button, it's showing you that it's on. Well, I could press that 5 times and nothing, and I've had this sitting on a charger for a good at least 12 to 15 hours, I'd imagine, nothing. But what had happened was this light just stayed on, and after the 10 seconds of holding it, it would blink a few times, 3 times or so, and it would just shut off. And that didn't happen. It blinked a few times and just stayed on. And the coil kept running, just glowing red hot like usual. I mean, it was still transferring power, no problem, but it just wasn't working. So I got rid of the coil, took the coil off. That killed it, and the light just stayed on. It started getting really warm. I mean, honestly, it was warm to the touch, I felt like. And that kind of scared me because I didn't know if maybe the battery was going to explode or what was going to happen there. So I just kind of put it on the floor in my basement over in a corner so that, like, if anything did happen, it was just kind of on the concrete. I didn't think anything was going to happen on there, but nothing ended up happening. The light slowly faded out, but it was on, like, the next day. I worked a probably 9-hour day, I think, the next day after that, and it was on still when I got home. It was really dim, but it was still on. But putting the coil back on, it wasn't running the coil anymore. It was just pretty much dead, but I plugged it in, and the light wasn't even coming on that shows that it's charging. So I got a hold of the company that I had bought it from online originally, and they gave me contact information for Grenco. They sent me pretty much back to Grenco. They were incredibly polite. The way they did it wasn't like you know, like they just wanted to shove me to the wayside or anything like that, but I think it had more to do with warranty information and warranty issue that had to be figured out through Grenco specifically because they were the ones upholding the warranty on them. But not the point of my video. The point of this video is the customer service that I received through my emails, I guess. I didn't really talk to anybody specifically. I was emailing one person, and the customer service was fantastic. I had 0 complaints. I couldn't tell them or thank them enough because you don't get that anymore. It's not like it used to be. I feel like, you know, back not even long ago. I don't want to make it kind of sound like it's a big long story or anything, but, you know, even when I was younger or, you know, in my mid-teens, I felt like the customer was just super important to companies, and they would hear them out and try to fix whatever they had to do to make them happy. And a lot of times I feel like now when working with, while I'm an adult and having to work with companies on returns and stuff, because I have kids and we get toys and clothes and stuff like that all the time, so we're working with people to try to get returns for different sizes and blah, blah, blah. But a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, it feels like it's not going to go smooth, and it ends up not going smooth. And I just wanted to take time to make this video to, you know, maybe point out some flaws, because I know I'm guilty of maybe judging people, because you find a person on a bad day that happens to work customer service that's going to be getting back to you on your issues. I mean, it's hard to say that maybe their issues they're having that day isn't. It's a little bit more important, at least to them anyway, and that's how it's going to be. So I feel like anybody, until they're looking at someone else in that situation, because they're looking at it like it's really easy to look at it like that's their job, they need to do it and do it great, which is true, and I think is true in any company. But everyone has bad days, so you can't really judge a whole experience through customer service on one person's bad day that you happen to assist you. And I want that to be the most important part of this video if you don't get anything else out of it. But when I got a hold of Jason, specifically through Grenco Science, he was willing to help me out, and I I felt bad because I was really being lazy about contacting him back and getting back to him, because I work 8-9 hours a day, and he would contact me immediately the next morning, and it took me about 5 days for this whole thing to get through. So, and it was completely my fault, and he had no complaints about it. He actually said nothing about what I felt like was my laziness throughout this process, but there was just no BS. I can't put it any other way. Most of the times, like I said, through trying to get returns, there's always a huge process with it. And basically what I had to do was email my receipt, which I couldn't find. So just another problem by me, go figure. And he had no issues with me not being able to find my receipt. I emailed my confirmation email and shipping information email and shipping confirmation to him, and that was happened to suffice in this situation. But I also had to email a picture of the original defective battery, so still being within the warranty period, which I can't remember exactly what that is, but I'll put it in the description. I was able to basically get a new one, and he told me through the email that I wasn't able necessarily to get the Taylor Gang one because they didn't have them in stock. So that kind of bummed me out. I got the one that I wanted, right? So this is technically the one that I wanted. I didn't want the black one, right? But he offered to send me the black one, the matching mouthpiece, and a new tank for the inconvenience of being out of stock currently at the time of the Taylor Gang one. So that's all right. I can definitely deal with that. So he said, that was perfectly fine, that he would send it out. Well, great. Now I'm expecting the black one, right? And I feel like maybe it took 2 days to get here. It came from Las Vegas. It only took a couple days to get here. But when I got it, I was excited. But I was bummed at the same time, too, because I wanted to make this video immediately. And I also wanted to obviously use them, but I didn't want to use them before I made the video. I got both. So that was like super shocker, right? I got both. I got the original Taylor Gang one that I ordered, and the one that I obviously wanted. And they also still sent the black original Micro G with the ceramic tank. So I got the mouthpiece as well with that. And it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a huge issue. It wasn't a big problem. Like everyone, I feel like even returning to something as small as Walmart sometimes is like, you tried it so bad, you have to take a return back. Like that's the biggest issue I feel like with buying from anybody is returns. And especially online, it's so hard, I feel like, sometimes to deal with all the junk you have to go through to return stuff online. But Grenco Science made it an amazing experience. And I wanted to say specifically thank you to Jason for, if you end up watching this, thank you for making this experience great. It really had great enough for me to comment like this about it. It was really, really a smooth experience, and I couldn't expect more out of him. Because like I told him, I hold Grenco Science in high regards. I I've used almost all of them before, and I intend on purchasing all of them and hopefully making videos on all of them. But you know, so I know that they make quality products, and it goes to show you that with something, even if you make a quality product, you can't just expect that to speak for itself. So when you're dealing with your customers, the people that are buying the stuff that you make and you're incredibly proud of, that people enjoy and are very proud of owning, you want to kind of back that up in the way you treat them when they contact you for any issues or even praise, because you don't really know what to expect out of that day from anybody. Even someone calling into there might be having not the greatest day, but just having a really good customer service experience it might turn their day around even. You just never know. But it's all about, I feel like, being kind in general, no matter what you're doing in life. So that just makes it all the better when you're dealing with something that is your money and hard-earned money, and definitely not cheap for what you're getting. Not that these aren't quality products, because they're really good quality products, but they're not cheap, and that's just what it is. So if you're gonna buy them, just buy them from Grenco Science. I mean, it's just smarter, just so you're gonna get the warranty, and you're gonna have no issues, and just know that, like I said, if you do end up having some issues with it, I feel like it's a 180-day warranty, but they honor it, and they had, like I said, no questions asked. I didn't have to send them the old one because this is the one that doesn't work. I didn't have to worry with any return shipping or any junk like that, like most other companies still make you do. I still got all my old stuff for the other one. No big deal, no. Nothing. But they work great. I charged them up, and they still, these new ones work just fine, like they're supposed to, and I have no issues, and I don't think I'm going to. But again, I want to thank Jason, and if you like this video, found it a little bit informative, shoot me a like, subscribe, at least give me a comment down in the comments, and hopefully we can do some BS and check you later.